Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Mastered the Arts of Ninshu? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, I've been making a lot of like evil Narutos, bad Narutos, as well as neglected Naruto stories. I want Naruto to have a happy family-ish kind of story. So here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And I uploaded a reaction story on my Apollo Uchiha channel as well, so make sure you go and check that out. And if you have any reaction stories, suggestions, you can leave them down in the comment section. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins after the QB attack in a secluded section of a hospital of Konoha Gakure no Sato. As we go towards that room to see, within it were given few power figures. Hiruzen Sarutobi, Jiraiya, and Tsunade Senju, who was visiting because she was called back on a request from two people, Hiruzen, her sensei, and Kushina, the last one from her grandmother's clan, and someone akin to her clan, and daughter figure. As she was brought there to check upon their triplets as well as upon Kushina. After examining and checking upon all three of them, we see the reports and results were in her hand, as Minato Namikaze, with a few grazes and wounds that were patched up by now, was waiting for Tsunade there, alongside the other two men. Tsunade-sama. As soon as Tsunade walked out, Minato dashed towards her, as the two followed. Calm down, Minato. So, Hime, what's the verdict? Everything fine? Yes, everything is. Except for Naruto. What? What happened to him? Well, since he was the last one to be born and QB was this close to breaking out of the seal, he got hurt. What? Like where? How? Did something go wrong? His chakra coils are weak because they were overcharged by Kushina's chakra as well as by QB's chakra. What? Said Kushina as she woke up and walked out as well, with an IV drip still attached. Kushina, I told you to rest. What are you doing here, Kushi-chan? You need to rest. Listen to Tsunade-sama. No, I need to listen to Tsunade-sama about my children's report. I don't care what happens to me, said Kushina, looking a little bit pale. What is wrong with Naruto? What happened? Due to birth complications. It happens, and usually this type of thing is quite normal. Whenever triplets, which is quite rare in itself, are born in Shinobi world, one of them usually is genetically defective. Similar situation happened to Naruto. The boy is, well, born with weakened chakra coils. How weak are we talking about? If he tries to access his chakra or tries to use a jutsu, he could get so exhausted from chakra point of view that he might even end up dying. What? That is quite a bad situation. But it's a blessing in disguise, Minato. It means that you don't have to worry about one of your sons' life being in danger. There are a lot of other possibilities out there for him to choose from, aside from being a shinobi. You know what? Sensei is right, kid. Maybe it is a blessing in disguise. We're just not able to see it right now. I hope that is true, Sensei. I hope that is true. Don't worry, Kushina. He's still our son. Of course he is. Uzumaki's never leave one of their own behind. And Naruto, he's special. He's gonna need our utmost attention. Actually, I think that there is something that I would want to discuss, but I guess I'm putting that on hold for now. I'll be visiting you in 5 years or so, when the kids are a little bit older and, well, are beginning to show their talents. What was it that you wanted to talk about, Sensei? It's not important. For the time being, I need to go somewhere. And make sure, after visiting that place, that the news about today's events remain hidden. Thank you, Sensei. Don't to mention anything, kid. I'll visit them once they're old enough. And with that, Jiraiya then left. As Tsunade soon followed the next day. As Hiruzen, Minato were the only ones, while Kushina and her kids rested in their room. So, Minato, I would like to take a few weeks off, if not a year. Don't I do as well, Minato? Don't I as well? But now comes the hard part. We have to go and convince the council to send a letter to the daimyo for reconstruction. Yeah, a lot of people did die. Not many, but some did. What? Yes, thankfully enough for Tsunade being here, even the critical cases were handled. And less casualties have happened. People are safe, but our shinobi's number has dwindled down because some of the shinobis were forced to retire because of losing a limb or whatnot. That is sad. Yes, that is. Let us leave to the Hokage office. The councilmen will be waiting for us there. I'm not gonna leave Kushina alone. I want you to handle the council meeting. Tell them that I'm busy with my family. Alright. Leave this to me then. And so Hiruzen left, leaving Minato with his wife and kids. They're perfect, Kushina. Each and every one of them is. And I'm gonna make sure nothing happens to them. That moss person, he was not gonna harm our family. Not him, not anyone else. As this was going on the other side, Hiruzen was done with the council meeting already, and Minato was allowed to take an year off because he was needed with his family because of Kushina's recovery and their kids. So, time began to pass by, and soon after a year of time passed, Minato was soon able to join in back as the active duty of Hokage. And time began to pass by thanks to Jiraiya. Many things were settled down, and Konoha was kept safe, or the secret about the Kyuubi attack was from the outer enemies. As 5 years went by in the blink of an eye, as now we see in the backyard of Uzumaki no Mikaze estate, which was located in the shinobi sector where huge clan compounds of the different clans were kept. As in the backyard, underneath the shade of a tree was Naruto Uzumaki, the 5-year-old who was reading a huge book on fine arts because he was interested in seals. They required little to no chakra and worked, if done right, extracting chakra from nature itself. And Naruto was learning about them. Kushina allowed it because that was not a dangerous technique for him to learn. While on the other side, his older siblings Menma and Mito were training with taijutsu, as both of them were dripping with sweat, as both of them finally plummeted to the ground on both of their feet, knees as well as hands. I can't. Give us a few moments, Kachan. As Naruto got up, closing the book, and brought them cold glass of water each. Here you go, Nisan. This will refreshen you up. Thanks, Naruto. You know, you're the best baby brother one could ask for, Naruto, said Mito Uzumaki, as she, after drinking the glass, literally hugged Naruto and began to cry enemy tears. I'm gonna protect you from all the hussies. I'm gonna make sure nobody takes you away from us. Leave him alone, Mito. You're covered in sweat. It's alright, Nisan. Well, since it's already afternoon, how about we go and grab something to eat from within? Naruto, would you help me out? Of course, Kachan. And so, the family went inside, as suddenly, at usual time, Minato arrived, but he was not alone, because with him was Jiraiya. Well, everyone, how are you all doing? As the kids got up from their seats and dashed behind Kushina. Oi, did you not tell them who I was? Yeah, we have been busy raising them. Must have slipped my mind, Sensei. Jeez. Really, kid? You forgot to tell them about the most important person in your life. How could you? I'm hurt, Minato. Sorry, Sensei. Well, I'm back with a news, as I promised, that I will reveal when the time is right. How far is this training going along with the kiddos? Well, Menma and Mito is progressing quite far, and well, with their talents, because they are prodigies, but so is Naruto, said Kushina as Minato smiled. Well, Sensei, Naruto is quite proficient in seals. Oh, we have a young seal master here, huh? Well, I was here to bring the two of you alongside with your kids to a training trip and leave little Naruto in some of your friends' care. What? No, we're not gonna do that, said Kushina, slamming both of her hands on the table. Hey, hear me out first, Kushina, before getting pissed. Because you do know that outside is quite dangerous. Dangerous or not, Sensei, I would have not done that. I know, kid. Trust me. when I say this. I know. Good, because I would not have agreed to it, even if you were somehow able to convince Minato. Well, out with it then. Seeing that how he is quite proficient with seals as you say it, maybe I can train him being a seal master myself. You know what? That could work out. Where are we gonna go? Well, our first stop is going to be Mount Miyamoku, and the kid can come along with us. And then we will be traveling undercover into the different villages. What? But Sensei, hey, don't worry. I got the Sanin rights and the permission letters from the daimyo. Even if the Kages of the other village want to, they can't harm us. Because if they do, their daimyos would cut off their connections to them. How are you able to do that? What do you think I have been doing for the past 5 years? I've been doing quite a lot, said Jiraiya, rubbing his nose with finger and looking prideful. Well, I guess we all can leave on a vacation of a sort. A training vacation, Naruto. It's not a vacation. Can't we have a vacation for once? Just a peaceful one? Asked Menma, adjusting his glasses while groaning. Come on, Nissan. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be an adventure of a sort. Yeah, man. Whatever you say. Let's go pack our stuff. And so the three went to their room that they shared with 3 bunk beds and began to pack their stuff. As soon as they were done, their parents have winded up the packing their stuff downstairs as well, and Hiruzen was called inside their father's office. You what? He said after listening to each and every bit of their explanation. Well, as you heard it, Sensei, we have all decided to go on a training trip of a sort, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. First of all, they're young. Quite literally, way too much young for going outside of Konoha walls. It's dangerous, and you're suggesting that they all are going to go and visit different villages. We have the letter here from the daimyos, permission for us to be allowed inside. But Eva and Kumo hate both of their parents. I know, and that is why I have devised a plan. If we can't visit those 2 villages, we will avoid them altogether. Kiri is under a new management now, and we can visit it later in the Lost. Since Suna is our ally, we're going to be visiting it first. Alright. And then what? First of all, we're going to be going to Mount Miyamoku. Stay there for a few years until the kids are strong enough to continue their journey outside. And then we'll see where we go from there, Sensei. Fine. Just make sure you stay away from both Eva and Kumo. And still, Kiri has just come out of the civil war, so it's not a good decision to just visit that place. We know. We'll be careful, Sensei. And so it was decided. Minato and his whole family then left. Their first stop was Mount Miyamoku. As soon as they arrived there, Naruto was the only one, aside from not having chakra, being able to form not only a close bond with Pa and Ma, but also with the younger toads such as Gamakichi, Gamatetsu, and even the elders such as Kamamaru-sama, who was quite literally way too much interested in Naruto, while the others were training there with Gamabunta. Say, young Naruto, said Kamamaru, who was currently watching the training of the young ones. Unlike those 2 tadpoles, I can sense that you are lacking in the strength department. But one's spirit can always be trained and yearn to become strong. What about you? If I would, I will definitely become strong. That is why I'm mastering the Fuin arts. A great shinobi art in its own right, but you must also strengthen your body. But if I use chakra, my mother said that I would get seriously hurt. I know. That is why you're not going to be using ninjutsu, my dear boy, but ninshu. You have the chakra, and you can use it from driving it from your body with the help of ninshu. What is that? That is the art that the sage made himself. The first era of the people who possessed chakra used it, but it died out with them, replaced by ninjutsu, and ever since, ninjutsu had carried out. I may be old, but I was young back then when I was taught such techniques. Maybe you can learn from them. and become stronger in your own right. As Naruto then began to learn Ninshu from Gamamaru himself and the two elder toads. As time began to pass by, we see Naruto was wearing white robes and was able to form a chakra matter staff because he was able to summon chakra and materialized it into the form of a staff and even Magatama orbs. But that was not all. He was even able to do something that was quite shocking. He, with his chakra, was able to tear through Earth itself, like he was using his mind to do that, lift up huge rocks and throw it, and could use nature, such as vines, tree roots, and even tree trunks. And this made everything Naruto's playing field. And that was not all. Naruto's defense was literally Earth itself, as it would form into a dense earth ball around his body, making him protected by Earth itself from all and each and every one of the attacks. As currently, Gamamaru as well as Naruto were having a sparring session, using elements to their will like they were dancing on their tips of the finger. As Menma and Mayta stopping their training were always witnessing this as Naruto entered into the sage state, which was only capable of being done by those who have mastered the arts of the Ninshu. As Naruto's third eye opened, revealing another blue eye, like a gem of a sort, as Naruto then summoned Reverse Chibaku Tensei, as the earth itself began to shatter from within outwards into the forms of waves, as Gamamaru was able to stop it by clamping his hands together and pushing his chakra downwards, causing the earth to stabilize. As Gamamaru then said, "Stop," as Naruto did so. "Did I do something wrong, Gamamaru-sama?" "No, young one. You have been improving." As that is when we see Jiraiya arrive. That was something else. I would have never thought that you, out of all kids, would be the one to be trained by the great Toad Elder Sage. Yeah, I did not knew that that would happen. You can finally become a shinobi, Naruto. He can't. What? What do you mean, Gamamaru-sama? The arts that Naruto has mastered are never meant to be used to harm others. They're only meant to be used to protect and preserve, never to attack, provoke, or to fight. As Naruto smiled, "That's alright, I didn't want it to become a shinobi in the first place. I'm happy as I am. And besides, Nisan and Nesan got that covered, right?" Yeah, but you're quite stronger than us, literally, Naruto," said Mito. As Menma then said, "Yeah, maybe you can fulfill the prophecy, not us." What prophecy?" Did we not tell him?" said Minato and Kushina after having a moment of silence, looking towards one another. You guys forgot to include me, huh?" said Naruto, looking down as a dark cloud was on him. "No, son," as all of them dashed towards him, trying to cheer him up as Naruto began to laugh. It's alright, I'm fine." "Well, what is this prophecy?" "Well, Sensei told me that your sensei, Gamamaru-sama, has given him a prophecy long ago. That a child of prophecy, a child born from us, would be the one who will be able to save the shinobi world. But not only do it, but bring forth a great change." "Maybe it's one of you kids," said Minato. "It has to be. And I think I know who it is," he said, looking towards Naruto. "That is why I wanted him to become a shinobi. But he can't, Jiraiya. Even I must agree that I think that it is Naruto. And the only way to find out about that, if it is true or not, is for you all to go on a journey of your own. That is what you must decide, Naruto. It is your journey to take." And so Naruto began to meditate. Day in and day out. For a whole week he did so, until he saw an old man with a dream in his dream that he immediately knew who it was. "Sage-sama. You can call me Hagoromo. That is my name after all. I never liked being called my title. Hagoromo-sama." "Yes, Naruto. What should I do?" "You already know, my boy. You already know." And with that, the dream ended. As Naruto woke up, and then had a smile on his face because he knew what he needed to do. And so he told his family that they were going to travel to each and every part of the elemental nations. His family for first time were quite scared because that mean that they had to go to the villages that were hating them to the core because of their parents. But Naruto didn't care. Suna was the first stop. Naruto made quick friends with Gaara, but not only quick friends, best friends. Same could be said for Temari and Kankuro, and even Rasa's perspective were changed, and the peaceful relationship between Konoha was increased tenfold, and the arts of ninjutsus were then frowned upon there. It was the first village to drop the ninjutsus and accept Ninshu, the true teachings of the sage, and begin to practice it due to Naruto's teaching. They stayed there for an year or so, and once the year ended at the age of 8, because Naruto's training took quite a long time, and 1 year plus stay at, well, Suna, they then traveled towards Kumo. Kumo was not happy to see Kushina, but after they heard the news of what Naruto and his family has done, they were quite curious. And once Naruto began to stay there, he was able to form a bond with not only Gyuki, the Eight Tails, but also with this Jinchuriki, which was quite hard to do so. And then was the turn for Yujito and the others. Naruto stayed there with his family for 2 years, and within that, Ninshu was adapted there. The other villages were quite shocked, and some were scared because they realized that the arts of ninjutsu was being stopped, and it all began from Suna. But what they do see was that both Suna as well as Kumo were in the right peace of mind, in the most peaceful Zen state they had ever been, and they were all prospering much more than ever before. Especially Suna, who was weaker than Eva in terms of strength as well, but now somewhat stronger and yet calm, like a calm ocean. Deep and dangerous, but calm. Then was the turn for Kiri. Kiri immediately accepted after realizing that Ninshu was the superior and truer form of using the chakra, and they had already had enough of the wars. And if someone was offering them peace, why were they, some idiots, not accept that? And so they did. Finally, it was Eva's turn. It was quite hard to make Eva agree, but in the end, Oniki on one term agreed because Naruto and Kuretsuchi were able to become quick friends and even gotten closer. It was planned for a political marriage. Kuretsuchi was not that all much keen on marrying into, well, the Namikaze family, but she never accepted the name and only accepted Uzumaki family name. And now, at the age of 14, 1 year before the return from the training trip, Naruto had made not only the 5 biggest elemental nations, but also the minor villages that they have gone throughout stronger, but also united. Even the other land of fire, even the other land daimyos have also accepted this, and some people begin to have called Naruto the new era sage, because he was teaching the true arts of the sage. Even the Jinchurikis and the Bijus confirmed that, and they were now being seen in a new brighter light because they were beings made out of chakra and by the hands of sage themselves. They were sentient as well as filled with knowledge to the brim. The only village that they have not visited was Konoha and Amegakure, aside from Snow Country, which was too much into technology and did not want the teachings of the sage, so they were left as they were. Even the demon country now had peace, and Kuretsuchi was traveling with them. As Naruto then said, so I guess it's time for us to go back. There's still some place that we have not visited, Naruto. Amegakure, for instance. We can send them a letter. And it's time if we finally go and visit Konoha. I doubt that Gigi would be able to hold on his own for all that we have left him for. Yes, it's been an year or so above. Well, I guess it's time to go to Konoha. Damn, never thought I would say those words, said Kuretsuchi. Are you okay with that? Of course I'm fine. You don't need to worry about anything, Naruto. And so they arrived. And once they did, it was a grand welcome back. And as soon as Naruto began to show his teachings, Danzo was the only one who opposed it, while the civilians and the rest of the shinobi clans, first reluctant, but then agreed, because they found out that they were getting stronger, but not only stronger, calmer as well. They were in the most peaceful mind of state that they have ever been. Once Danzo tried it, he never went back. He was the one who became the true defender of the Ninshu arts and was the one who wanted everyone to master them because it was the true arts of peace, both yin and yang in the calmest state ever. Unbeknownst to Naruto and the rest of the Elemental Nation or the Amegakure and the powers that resided, only the being that was sealed within Moon was finally able to know what has truly happened. Curse those damn mortals. My son passed down all the teachings of the Otsutsuki clan to them. They have tapped into the powers and strengths of the Otsutsuki. Even if they are weakened, their numbers are extreme. If we try to attack them, it will be futile for us, and downright dangerous. There's nothing we can do but fall back. Damn you, Hagoromo. Damn you. Why must, even in your death, you must torture your mother like this? Kaguya yelled at herself. As on the other side, Zetsu and the Akatsuki tried to attack, but whoever they did, they didn't let them get close. They didn't kill, but they humiliated them to the point that they just gave up because ninjutsu was never superior to Ninshu. That is why it was erased by Zetsu in the first place, because if everyone knew Ninshu, they would be able to rival the Otsutsuki clan. That is why the Sage of the Sixth Path wanted everyone to have the teachings of Ninshu passed down to them. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.